The brothels in Bangladesh are one of the largest in the world. There, sex workers are legal for those aged 18 years and over. Localization of Kandapara in Tangail District. Kandapara is included in a slum area. The workers' rooms only have tin walls and no ceiling. Apart from that, there is also a lot of condom waste scattered in roadside ditches. It is one of the oldest and second largest in the country. However, child sex workers are victims of extortion by pimps there. However, there are still many minors found. They have been prepared to become commercial sex workers since the age of 7. In fact, it is not uncommon for commercial sex workers to be born and raised in brothels. A halfway house for girls aged 7 to 17 years was established near the brothel to break the cycle of employment in this sector. On the other hand, the halfway house is not free. Some of the costs are covered by donations, while commercial sex workers pay monthly fees so that their children have a better life in the only way they know how, namely, selling themselves. Supporters of localization consider that sex work is a legal and commonplace job. Many working women are fighting for their rights as workers. At the end of 2014, the Bangladesh National Women Lawyers Association convinced the High Court that evictions for sex workers were illegal. Today, the brothel district is surrounded by walls and has its own rules. The hierarchy of power is completely different from the flow of society in general. The most vulnerable stage is when a young sex worker enters a brothel. She will be called a bound girl. Bonded girls are usually 12 to 14 years old. These girls usually come from poor families and are often victims of human trafficking. They have no freedom and rights. They completely belong to the pimp, are bound by debt, are not allowed to go outside or have money when they have paid all their debts, which is expected to take up to 5 years. They will have the status of independent sex workers and can refuse their clients. In addition, when the debt is paid off, the sex worker can leave the brothel. However, the challenges they face are the social stigma and pressure that often reject them. This triggers sex workers to continue working as commercial sex workers and ultimately continue to support their families with the money they earn from their work in the brothel. Sex workers in Bangladesh are not treated like ordinary citizens. They have no freedom or human rights. On the other hand, if these women want to leave these brothels and start a new life, they are socially stigmatized by society. So a little of them decided to remain in Kandapara to meet their family's needs. The rates that prostitutes get depend on their age and body shape, and are judged on the beauty of their room. Usually, Kandapara sex workers get paid 1,000 to 2,000 taka, or around $9 to $18 per day. One customer is usually charged 300 taka, or around $2 per play. Most prostitutes dream of saving enough money to buy their own house outside the brothel area and want to become independent women, not dependent on men.